Hello, welcome to another one of Studio Central's live art demos. I'm Ollie and I'm here to introduce to you Studio Central. So you can come in person to Studio Central at Portage Place and make some art and use our supplies. But for those that can't make it in person, we have these lives for you. And so we're located across the hall right now from Studio Central. So Studio Central is open now. And we're at Upbeat Artworks, which is the art gallery of the work from Artbeat alumni. So because we have the opportunity to be surrounded by this beautiful art, we're going to show off one of our artists. We've, I believe, shown off this artist before, Teresa Taylor. So we're just going to talk a little bit about her work and show off some new pieces we have, as well as maybe a bit of the rest of the gallery as well. And then we'll get right into the art. I will flip the camera around and show off some art.
Again, we spoke about Teresa Taylor more than one time because Teresa is quite productive as an artist, and usually we see Teresa's acrylic artworks, but we do not show the same exact thing today because we have new artworks and they're a bit different from what we were showing before. This one is Wilderness Paradise, and this is a print. This is acrylic, but it was printed for sale, and as you can see, Teresa's originals, very beautiful, and this one was never exhibited at Upbeat. So we are lucky to have the print right here. Also, the Snowy Owls is a print, but it was a photograph, so it was a print of a photograph that Teresa made. So artists who work with acrylic sometimes try different mediums, and the result they get can be very interesting, and expanding mediums is not the same for everyone. So we could show a little bit of a different Teresa today. And Teresa also added several things that are not included in the bio. I'm not reading the bio today just because we read it several times and it didn't change, as Teresa was very happy about this statement, artist statement that she was helped with.
Yeah, we updated it relatively recently.
So we read the updated bio already. So what Teresa added is just a little glimpse into her life right before high school. So right before high school, Teresa volunteered. The first time it was building houses in Mexico, and the second time it was volunteering in the Caribbean for MOD, which is Manitoba Association for World Development, and I don't think it's the same name right now, but it was many years ago. Yeah. So Teresa just added a little bit more information about life that was not known to us, and that was very nice to learn.
I know her bio is quite long. She has a lot of interesting experiences. Like, we already had to cut some of it out, but yeah, she's had a very interesting life that I think has influenced a lot of her art as well.
So this is the first time I see prints from Teresa. This is Midsummer Evening, and this one is an original. It's called Winnipeg Beach, and it was a special piece. This piece is special because usually Teresa puts more detail in the artwork, so it was an idea of not putting too much, so it stays just one line, not two lines, no additions, you know, so that was quite a little bit of a difference for Teresa to paint something like that. And we also have the lighthouse.
This one is so beautiful.
And this one was exhibited, the original was here in the store. And it's nice to have a print, as I think there were people who were interested in this piece to purchase it, if there is a print. And also there is Lake Winnipeg on this side.
Oh my gosh, I didn't
This
even
one
realize
is
she had
another
so many
special
new
piece
pieces.
because watercolor is not typical for Teresa. It's usually acrylic and acrylic and acrylic.
Yes.
So what we see is a little bit of new Teresa to us.
Yeah, she's very talented at both, really. But it definitely has a different feel compared to the acrylic. It's a little more smooth and soft. Yeah.
So what I'm doing today is a little bit different too. I want to show this last one. This is quite an interesting one from Teresa, because Teresa was trying with imagery that is not too complicated.
Mm-hmm.
So the focus was not on adding more detail, the focus was on how you look at things and how you form them, like shapes and all
Like
that.
the composition and the
Composition is always important, but sometimes artists work on certain things that people don't even notice because it looks the same, but it's not. So this is simple watercolor I got from Dollarama. I never tried this one, so bear with me if I'm not successful. I got color paper for the variety right here. And always grateful for the supplies I can borrow and use from Studio Central. The same as brushes. This is from Dollarama, so let's try how that works. I have the canvas, but if I don't like what I'm receiving on canvas, I also have the watercolor paper right here. So let's start. So I was thinking about how to name today's live. Ollie is leaving. Ollie is at Studio Central, so I'm here by myself for half an hour. See you. So let's see what I'm getting. Do I want to paint the beach? Maybe. And I do not have a big selection of colors, but I can actually paint randomly and mix and do whatever I want here. So let's see. First of all, this orange can actually be mixed with some white, and we can receive different shades of sand. I'm thinking about the sand and summer and palms. So we have the orange, we have brown, we have black, and this is not acrylics. What I can get is very different. And yes, I do have the wet wipes to clean the brush, and I got water, so that's very minimal. But let's see if that white works for my purpose. Oh yeah. So what I can say, it's a little watery. So I would prefer watercolor paper rather than a canvas. Yeah, it makes a bit more sense here. Okay, and then what I can do, I can use either controlled brush stroke or any brush stroke that I can choose. And I just start painting. Also, I can make it a little bit more interesting with other colors. So I have the black right here. Okay, as I got used to using different shades of green, here we have just one, so the only thing I can do is to mix it. And I don't have too much to mix it with, so let's try and mix from what we got. So one would be a little bit of black, just a simple darker green. Another one is staying the way it is. One can be mixed with a little bit of blue. And one I'm adding yellow to. So that's quite standard. 3 different shades of green. And then I can move to blues. So that would be water. Now, usually I do like having something right here on top of the horizon line, and that could be anything, could be just a line. And I usually go either with blue, brown, black, could be a combination of. And sometimes we can add some green. It's usually really dark green for myself. And as you noticed, I did not paint anything behind it yet. So I am going to add the sky, but the sky would be, that depends on how this part goes. I don't want it to be just blue. I'll just open all of them. So it's a little bit more convenient for me. Just several lines. It's not too complicated, and it's something that artists can do with pleasure. Okay. Some wild greens. Oops. Well, the main thing for me is not to put too much water in it, even though I know I put more just because I want to spread it easier, but not to overload that. So what we have right now is just a simple landscape beginning. So what do you want to do with it is a good question. So should I make it into palms or some summer white, or do I want to actually work with something different? I can add some trees maybe. So so from what I see here, I can add the sky already. And also I can work more on water. Okay, let's start with the sky. Oh, yes, should I? I should do that, definitely. Yeah, we painted over today. Yeah, that happened. Okay, the sky, I always start with white. And then I can add some color if you want here. Okay, so I'm moving to a little bit detail on the water first. I usually want colors from top to be reflecting in the water a little bit, doesn't have to be too much. and then I can add lines. Just blue, any color that I want to add, could be blue. And I want to add some greens to make them a little bit more definite for everyone. Some trees. Yeah, this is really hard to get. This paint has texture that is hard to deal with, so I would prefer it in a combination with thicker acrylic. Definitely. painting a palm as much as I can. I want a palm. Here, I'm just working this out. So the palm is almost here.
That's beautiful.
I'm going to.
I love the amount of colors in there.
I'm going to work with it, but I also want to add just acrylic. It's really hard to work with this one, but I wanted to try it, just.
Oh, I like how you use the colors and have like the red and the pink and everything. Do you need some more time to keep working?
No, I actually want to wrap up because I don't think that I can provide with any valuable advice in this matter, so I just show the base.
So
a lot of stuff can be done here.
And then, so you will keep working on this?
Yes, I'm going to keep working, and also I need to get a new shirt.
Oh no.
I got into the work.
And we'll post for this later. Okay.
So we'll post the result and you'll see.
Okay, we will see everyone next week. Have a good week. Bye.